Oh joy. I was hoping that someone would bring up the book of Leviticus. My face may look extremely oily right now, but I'm still gonna read your ass to filth. Let me just lubricate my throat. Let's begin, shall we? First off, the book of Leviticus is not even meant for modern day Christians. It was actually meant for the tribes of Israel, more specifically the Levites. But obviously you want to ignore that. So let's talk about the other 838 verses that are inside the book of Leviticus, because if you're going to follow verse 1822 to the word, you best be following every other one to the word, which means no shellfish. So Jebediah, I better not catch you at Red Lobster on a Saturday night. No tattoos, which means Lily, your I love Jesus tattoo, sinner. No bowl cuts, I'll see the Beatles in hell. No bacon, baby. No masturbating, get off Pornhub. No horoscopes, so I best not catch you, Katie, telling your friend that she's such a Virgo. No gossiping. And my favorite, no mixed fabric, so I best not catch you in polyester leggings and your little white off-the-shoulder peasant top, or I'll see your ass in hell.
Oh, you just came out of the closet?
Let us be your translators. So, if somebody says they're a bottom,
They're a bottom.
but if somebody says they're a verse bottom,
They're a bottom.
and if somebody says they're verse,
They're a bottom.
but if somebody says they're a verse top,
They're a bottom.
and if somebody says they're a top,
They're probably a top.
Now from the top, make it drop, that's some wet, that's some wet. Now get a bucket and a mop, that's some wet, that's some wet. I'm talking wop, 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 that's some wet, that's some wet. Macaroni in a pot, that's some wet, huh?
I see your gender transition is going smoothly. You're really starting to pass as a woman. When Michelle Obama was first lady, they called her an ape in heels. They said that she was transgender. They said that she had a gorilla face. Comments like this have historically been used to devalue and degrade black women. But the gag is, baby, the gag is, you still think it's an insult to call someone transgender in 2020? Yikes. Baby, read the room. We stand trans rights on this page. I could only dream to be as beautiful as Laverne Cox and be on the cover of Time magazine. But at the end of the day, your comment showed me three things. Number one, I'm living in your head rent free. Number two, I'm on your For You page and you don't like it. And number three, you're transphobic. At least 18 trans women have been killed this year alone. So by making this comment, you've inadvertently helped me raise awareness for trans rights. So congratulations. You played yourself.
Hey everyone, it's me God. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making lesbian. Okay, so let's start with a bit of a flannel obsession. Just a bit of a flannel obsession. Yes, ma'am. We love. Now let's add I hate my dad. And then let's add my dad hates me. And now, just to spice things up, let's add some severe anxiety. Yes. Let's add short nails. Hair dye. Yes. We love hair dye. Straight men who don't fetishize you. Oh, I missed. Ooh. Let's add Jade West being your favorite character in Victorious. Let's add Beck being your least favorite character in Victorious. We all know why. Yep. Let's add being disgusted by straight men. Same. Last but not least, let's add saying I love you on the first date because of abandonment issues. Yep.
Things they don't tell you about transitioning from female to male, part 2. Alright, now let's talk about hair growth. Your hair's gonna be growing in everywhere. Places you didn't have it before. One of the first places for me was at the top of my hands. I was so excited. I thought it was so masculine. But to be honest, it's gonna be all based on your genetics, and that is when it comes in, the coarseness and the amount of hair. For me, at about 3 months, I could see the stubbles coming in everywhere. At 6 months, I was able to shave it all off, and then at a year, a lot more came down here. This started to fill out. What you see now took about 3 years. I'm 10 years in now. Let me tell you something nobody told me, and I wish they would. This itches. This itches so bad when it's coming in. Have you ever shaved your legs and then it got real prickly, but you had to put tight pants on over top of it? That feeling? One time I thought it was cute to shave up here. Never again. Never again.
Let's talk about how Tom of Finland drew men. Today, his drawings can feel like he's promoting a particularly unattainable masculinity. But we have to remember how powerful these images were in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Creating images of overly sexualized men inspired by military uniforms and the leather community rejected popular opinion of what a gay man could be. Tom opened the door for queer people to visually define themselves on their own terms.
Oh, hey, story time, growing up gay edition. When I was in high school, I used to go on this thing called gay.com, which is like Grindr, but imagine if all of the awful personal chats were happening in one giant room. After forgetting to clear my search history, this was the early 2000s, one night I'm lying in bed and my door bursts open and my father walks in and goes, "What's gay.com?" And without missing one beat, I said, "It's where I go to look at lesbian porn." The next day I had a bag of lesbian porn waiting for me in my bed when I got home from school. Oh, hey, let's talk about age differences in LGBTQ relationships. I get asked this a lot because I'm both gay and in a relationship where there is an age difference. My theory on gay relationships is that gay relationships are a lot... Hold on. Like I said, my theory on age difference is that human beings are always attracted to difference. And sometimes when you're the same gender, you're going to look for differences in other capacities. It might be age, it might be race, it might be different areas of the country, or extroversion or introversion. It's also important for this conversation that we distinguish between age and maturity. When I met my husband, I was 24 and he was 34. And we were both at a similar level in our lives of where we were trying to get to and where we're coming from. My encouragement to you would be to try to find a sense of balance in that. That doesn't mean to say you can't overcome those differences, but it does add additional challenges.
So my mom really loves Hallmark. I'm going on a trip soon with a guy named Tom. Tom's family actually thinks that me and Tom are maybe a thing, but we're not. My mom also thinks that me and Tom are a thing, or should be a thing. Tom and I are around the same age, we go to the gym a lot together, and we hike a lot, and we're both gay. So me and Tom are going on a trip tomorrow. And my mom knows this, and she was like, "Okay, so what time are you going to be going?" I told her that we were going early in the morning. And she was like, "Well, how about you just go sleep over at his place? Wouldn't that be easier? He's alone, right? He's not living with anyone, so you could just go sleep there." Do you guys see the setup that I see? No! I'm not going to get hallmarked by my own mom. No! Either way, it's not happening because he has cats and I am allergic to that. So, yeah. Just wanted to share that with you guys because that was comical.
Have you ever wondered how many people are part of the LGBTQ community? It's a hard question to answer. If you want to take a randomized sample of the population and just poll them, first of all, you have to figure out what kind of question to ask in the first place. We used to ask people whether they were in a same-sex relationship, and now we ask people how they just personally identify. Even then, you have to wager that people will tell you the truth, because many of us lie, and many of us lie to ourselves even. Despite all of that, a recent Gallup poll found that 4.5% of American adults identify with the LGBT community, with 8.2% of millennials, 3.5% of Gen X, 2.4% of baby boomers, and 1.4% of traditionalists. As Gary Gates puts it, social acceptance of the LGBT community has increased substantially over the last decade, and those changes have been more pronounced in the younger generations.
In 1986, Bernie Sanders did one of the riskiest things of his entire career. He went on stage and spoke at Vermont's LGBT Pride. His entire city council wanted to fire him from his political job after doing this and before doing this, but he went anyway. Bernie, we stand an ally.
My name is Teresa Catuto. I was born with a gift. I talk to the gays. So if you're watching this, you're probably gay, because everybody's gay. So if you're watching this, if you're somebody, you're gay, because everybody's gay. If you're somebody, you're gay. You understand? Everybody's gay. You see what I'm saying? I don't know who needs to hear this, but you gotta stop apologizing for loving who you want to love. Whether you love someone of the same gender or of a different gender, you gotta stop apologizing for it. You have a gift. You have the ability to love, and that is the greatest thing that could ever happen to you in your entire life. So love who you want to love, allow them to love you back, know that you're 1000% worth it, and stop fucking questioning it. But most importantly, don't you fucking forget to love yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, give yourself a goddamn kiss, and love yourself, bitch, because you're so fucking sexy.